On Twitter, I asked people what their favorite weapons were, and to reply with that weapon, I got 120 replies on this tweet, which is very good. That's not as many as the character one, which is nice. I'd actually like less replies on these. Thank you very much. But anyway, I appreciate everyone that replied. I'll try to go through them quickly. I did get criticism on the last one that I was yapping too much for each item, but so okay. Anyway, but it should be faster because it's not a whole set; it's just individual weapons, so we should get through quite a lot of them. Let's go through the best weapons in AQ Worlds. Hit the like button, or I'll force you to fully play through every PlayStation 5 exclusive game, all three of them. Oh, I'm sorry, PlayStation fans. There's actually 9 of them, but the AI had to include a game that isn't even released yet to make it 10. That's kind of sad. And one of them's a tech demo as well that just shows you how cool the control. I guess it counts as a game. I guess. By the way, you can play Spider-Man 2 on PC right now. There's a way to do it if you look into it. I'm not going to go into that right now, but that is possible, so that doesn't even count either, to be honest. Anyway, so let's start off with what you actually came here for. Anyway, so first weapon will be for Ricochet, because this is just going by, I think, the views and likes that these get. So if you want your suggestion to get up there, get likes on it and views, because that's probably what it's going by. 5, actually maybe it's not, I don't know, maybe it's just an algorithm based on, like, I don't know how the reply algorithm on Twitter works, but I'm just using that to go through these. So hopefully your weapon got higher up in the algorithm. Okay, first weapon is for Ricochet. Says bro is milking the series. Yes I am. This is very easy content, and the people seem to like it, so win-win there. So flaming blade, golden blue, very nice. The sword is pretty sick. I actually don't really, this, people might hate me for this, but I actually don't like the wing pattern design on the hilt. I think it would look cleaner if that was removed. Also, the fire animation game doesn't look the greatest. If this had no fire animation, would be sick. A tier weapon though, in my opinion. I think the fire animation does detract from it when you actually see it in game. Next up from Jess is Two-Face weapon. Why am I saying Jess? But Jess suggested it. They're not the artists, like in the news mode. This is I don't know. The stick part of this weapon. What do you call it? The part you hold, the hilt. It looks a little odd. The wing pattern's nice. I like that. The Two-Face side. Want to flip a coin? That's great. But that's a C tier weapon in my opinion. I feel like you'd have a really hard time matching that up with anything set wise, and it's just little pieces of it that really throw me off and make me not want to equip that. Warrior's Claymore. I like that they put the name of the weapon here for people who are searching. This is very simple, very clean. It's got nothing wrong with it. It would work well with a lot of things. I'm gonna put that in the A tier. It's not exceptionally S, but there's nothing bad about it, and yeah, it just really works. So if that's your favorite weapon, nothing wrong with that. Honestly, wish more items looked like that in game, where they're just clean lines, very nice design, not overstated, just looks nice. Good use of color. The yellow. Archfiend Warlord Spear is the next one. This one's color custom, very nice looking spear. That is an easy A tier as well, probably a very high A tier with being CC and all that. Very nice if you're looking for a spear. This guy's favorite is the Valen sword. I haven't seen this in quite some time or ever. Don't remember seeing this. I mean, it's like it's really just one shade of like gray. It's kind of a depressing looking sword if I'm being honest. There's nothing really wrong with it. But yeah, that is a B tier, probably a very low B. Eternity Blade is an absolute banger. You still get this in game. It's not rare or anything. The pattern on the hilt looks nice. The use of color with the steel look, the galaxy pattern, you can click on it and it gets rid of the metal on the side and makes like more of a galaxy pattern on that. And this came out back in the day before the galaxy pattern was very, very, very overdone like it is now. So, oh man, it's such a great blade. This is gonna be my very first S tier. That's just my personal feelings towards it. I think it's such a clean item. It's going to be very low S as the video goes on, though, and there won't be much in S, but I'd imagine maybe there will be. I don't know. We'll see what's going on here, but I very much like that. And I think people might disagree with this list already. But that's the thing about opinions, right? Shadow Eater of Wrath, great blade, great blade. I usually not a big fan of animations, fire animations in particular on swords, but you know the like black fog animation, whatever that's supposed to be on the sword, looks so good. Shading's really nice on the hilt. Like it's very clean. This one is actually kind of hard. I almost want to put this into S as well. Like it's, I think I'm gonna go on that back-to-back S tiers. I really like both of those a lot. Oh yeah. By the way, if you don't know, if you should reply with the name of item, I'm not looking that up and putting it in the tier list because there's 100 and so replies. So I'm just gonna go with the ones that do have images. So sorry, but unarmed. That's S tier, by the way. Unarmed is easily an S tier. Any unarmed. If you're wondering where I'd place that on the tier list, that is a top of S tier, by the way. That would be the first one in the S tier. Having no weapon is just undeniably like looks good. You can't. Yeah. Anyway, so the actual next one, the ceremonial Legion blade, ceremonial, if I can enunciate, Legion blade here. This one, people might hate my opinion on this. I don't think it's that great, to be honest. I think the end part of it right here looks really good. I think it's got a cool idea going on with this part of it, but it's got like weird brown random like junk everywhere on it. The glyphs really cool, the chain design's really cool. Overall though, I think a lot of people probably do think this is S, but I think it's like a low A, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, these are cool. These actually have like a cool twirl spinning animation, which is nice. They're rare though, so you can't get them anymore, but Black Friday, Cyber Monday rare from a long time ago, like 5+ years ago. Really cool weapons. Higher A tier easily on those ones. Got the golden axe. Absolute heat. It looks like the Adventure coin. You got that much. That's actually a massive. Imagine making a massive Adventure coin as your weapon, and it still looks like a good weapon. Great design with the blue and gold. Just absolute classic in the game. Easily the top of S tier right now. This is one of my favorites all time in the game. All right, these little pointy things are the ones I'm going to take their full CC. I don't know the name of them exactly, but they are very cool. These things get an easy, like, high A tier. Very easy. Fishy guitar. Is that the government name of it? I don't know, but it's definitely a funny looking fish. Does it have like if it had an animation in game, this would be an S tier if it was like squirming around while you're playing it. Middle A tier. So far, the weapons that people have been picking have been very good, which is good to see. So a lot of A's so far. Bloodfire chain axe. I'm gonna be real. This one ain't really hitting. B tier. Yep, I'm not seeing that with that one. This is a Blinding Light Destiny recolor. I love those. They're great. We need like 12 more of them. We just got one like 2 weeks ago. That was amazing. This one's a really old recolor Hero Mart item as well, and you can't really deny that it just looks great. To be honest, it's very good looking. This axe from the Darkened Saga. I love the Astravian stuff. It isn't like an eldritch beast looking thing with tentacles everywhere and eyeballs. A lot of good stuff from the Darkened Saga. This axe included. That looks very nice. S tier in my opinion. Low S, but still an S tier axe. Very nice looking. Someone actually did include an image of unarmed, so I will put that at the top of S where it belongs. This is one of the randomized weapons. Why are you picking a randomized weapon of all things? This is your favorite thing of all time? I don't believe that, but they're trying to be hip, I guess. And based on the colors of the profile picture, maybe this is their favorite weapon of all time. I think it's more of the unobtainium that makes you want that, I guess. Can you not get this in game? I sure you can get something that looks exactly like that in game. Anyway, it's not that bad. I would probably put it in the low A tier. It looks all right. If you're going for like a blue steelish color set, could work well. Dual Tainted Claymores. These ones. Why do my thing just scroll? I'm not even touching anything. Okay. Other than my PC being possessed, these are a very high B tier for me for the dual claymores. I just something about them just I could be more descriptive. The like chainsaw, the ripping part on there doesn't look that clean. The little like wing thing coming off the hill going the opposite direction. The other part of the hill looks messy to me. Yeah, a lot of it's just the little design details they really add up, like the lines going down here like that. Just a lot of little things on this really irk me. It's like looks like somebody roasts hot dogs over a fire with. Took the roses off of it, I guess. You get some rose flavored hot dogs. I'm probably not gonna be too kind. I honestly still don't think it belongs in the D tier though. So throw right there. The other looking thing. Speaking of the D tier, this thing, I really don't understand anyone. This like it creeps me out. Look at this image. It's like is that like fear of like holes or something in like a so weird. There's like a name like a phobia of like a bunch of like holes being punched into a thing. This gives me that vibe big time, and I really don't like it. Easily D tier. Didn't even have to think about that for a second. That thing looks hideous. Chainsaws, these are sick. Classic AQ art still. Looks like Miltonius made these. Very nice. Like the little green glow and everything on these are easily like high A tier. Very nice weapon. I find myself equipping this weapon all the time. I have it in my inventory right now. I very much love it. Just a little of blood on it looks really nice. The color is very clean. There's nothing really messing up the aesthetic of it. A little shine on the blade. Very clean. Just a very clean item. Low S tier for me on that one. I think it belongs to S tier, but not too high because there's nothing too creative about it, but it's still just a very clean, nice item. Sepulture Undead Blade is specifically the dual wield variant, which I think requires a nostalgia quest. I'm probably wrong about that. Anyway, but though these are really nice. I've always loved the shading they did on what we would call the pattern that makes it look kind of reflective on the blades. These always looked really nice to me. The fact that it looks like it's made out like you took a skeleton and made the back part of it's really creative. I like that. Those are like mid S tier in my opinion. Very nice. This is not AQ World's art style, so I immediately hate it. I'm kidding. But it really doesn't look like it fits in AQ World, so if I'm being honest, they definitely lifted that from a different AE game, which they're known to do. But as an actual item, it doesn't look too bad. It is more of a unique thing, just being like an energy spear thing. I don't really know. The pattern on the back's really nice, actually. If this hilt was put onto like an actual blade, this looked really sick. If it didn't have the weird cloth there, very nice. That's like a B tier though. I think there's like a very high B tier. There's a lot detracting from it. Ragnarok blade, absolute classic. It's like a big bombastic item, but somehow they pull it off and they made it actually work, and it's really nice. I kind of do like the blue version more than the pink, and I'm a big pink color enjoyer, but I do kind of like the blue teal version of this sword more than the pink one, if I'm being completely honest. But and I definitely don't like this dark pink is but the light pink one, it's pretty good. Very high A tier on that one. I don't know, I can't really explain why it's not S, but it just doesn't have, for me it's not, I don't know. You probably get what I mean by it just doesn't have the it thing about it. It is very good though. It's probably the fact that it's a recolor, to be honest, in my mind. This guy did a whole ass set, and that's kind of, I'm gonna be honest, that's a little cringe. That's a little cringe. But I think we can rate his weapon though, even though this anyway. So the actual bow here, I do like the strings like light blue, kind of nice. And then the ice, and I don't know, the rest of the bow design, I feel like there's kind of a face here, but not really. Like it feels like they kind of gave up on making a proper cool looking face on this thing. Throwing that in the C tier, and I'm not putting that on there because he put his whole character. So, anyway, this chain thing, it's okay. It's kind of like you wanted to equip on armed, but you still want a weapon, you know? But if you really had a lot of like gold that was matching with this, I could definitely, like, if you had a really slick black and gold armor on, a nice like black and gold hat maybe, and like the cape and everything, I could see this. Like, okay, yeah, especially if it's like a fancy kind of suit looking thing or something. Yeah, I could see it going with that, but it's still kind of a cop out quip. Still good though. This thing's going like upper B tier. It's clean item, but yeah. Crom's Conquest. This is a axe. You know, what can you say about it more than that? It's an axe. Does axe things. It's pretty plain looking, and I think the paper wrapped around the whole stick part is not a great look. That is a very low. Actually, no, that's a C tier weapon if I've ever seen one. I would like a fire animation as my sword, and that is my sword. No, it's the horse designs are cool if you're a horse girl. So, you know, slay, horse girl, slay, with your horse weapon. That's great. Very much an upper B tier item. It's very jumbled and there's a lot going on, but hey, I don't know. If you like the horses, I guess. Royal Swords. Gonna be honest, I usually wouldn't say this. I think having the single wheeled version of this with just the left one there would be better. I usually don't say it with dual wield. I usually prefer the duals, but the offhand just being like blacked out kind of looks odd to me. B tier right next to horse girl weapon. That is definitely a B. It looks like he stole this sword from the demon, and the demon's trying to take it back. It looks like he really wants it too. You should probably just give it to him. Kind of a cool idea for a weapon, I guess. But, you know, it's okay. Definitely not anything I'd ever equip. I mean, I don't think it's bad enough to be in the C tier, to be honest. I think it's maybe like mid B tier. That's yeah, definitely you need a very particular set of items to go with that to make that really work. But I definitely could see that working with a set if you had the right stuff. I hate these. There's so many. I'll repeat this one more time. So many way better looking katanas in the game, and there are a lot of katanas in the game. These don't look great in my opinion. They're color custom. You can change the colors. These aren't the colors they come in, but ooh, I don't like these. I just something about the way they're shaped and the fact that there's fabric hanging straight off like it's frozen, and the hilt design looks like really not good, and really I am not a fan of these. But looking at the rest of the selection in here, I still think you're better off with these than a lot of things on here. So like maybe right there, and B tier. I probably should move some of these down into C, to be honest, but yeah. This weapon looks like he just took a piece of like map art. You're like, that's my weapon now. That weird alien looking plant thing. We're using that now, and let's go stab someone with it. Oi, bro. Anyway, so it's like the way your character is holding it doesn't even look like a plate. Like it actually just looks like the artist like booted up their art software and just started drawing lines, and then used the fill bucket and filled it and started shading it to make it look like metal, and that's what I ended up with. Like I say all that, and then I look at what's in C and D tier, and I'm like, oh man, I just roasted the hell out of this, but I can't put it in the C or D tier. It doesn't look that bad. which I guess says a lot about the C and D tier on this list so far. Like, this is like maybe right here. Okay, maybe I think I'd probably equip these katanas instead, but I'm not happy about that one. This is horrendous. I think this guy had put a little XD in here. I think this guy submitted the same weapon for the set video as well. I hope that didn't reset my place in the thing. It didn't. Okay, great. This, yeah. Anyways, time talking about how ugly it is. That's an easy DT. Such a shame for this thing, because the armor that it comes with is such a beautiful piece of art. I've never thought the same about this. To be honest, I think the glow absolutely ruins it. The hilt does not look good. Yeah, I think if those two things were changed, it would be easily A or S. But man, those detract a lot. High C tier on this one. It's just that the face on it looks really off-putting to me. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take that back. Looking at this now, this is definitely going like there on B tier. Omniblade. Man, we've been getting a lot of stinkers recently. Omniblade is pretty good. I'm not saying about Omniblade. By the way, I actually like Omniblade quite a bit. Omniblade is definitely an A tier. Pretty high up in the A tier. I'd put it right about there. Yeah, it's right about there. It's definitely where it belongs. This looks like you ripped off the back part of like a cyber space bike, and you're flailing that around now. That's why we see like a wheel here. I don't know. Anyway, like a thruster. Yeah. Anyway, so definitely not my favorite thing, or it could be like a musical instrument of some sort as well. If you look, what is it supposed to be? Like it's. Anyway, what a weird contraption. I like these videos. It's fun being a hater. All right, so this thing, it still isn't that bad, even though I talk all that smack about it. It's still really not that bad. It's probably about like up there in the A tier. I mean, it's a weird looking contraption thing, but it's not that. It's not this weird. Really like the idea of this blade. Really, really, really hate the shape of it. Like lower mid B tier for that thing. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Some classics. You'll love to see it. This is great. The animation with it opening and everything. Whew. The blade design shape is perfect. The color. Absolutely great. Finally a good blade. This is like low S. This thing. I don't even remember the name of it, but definitely low S. Love these. Always thought the shading was a little off, but these are great. I remember getting these with a treasure chest and being psyched about them. Very, very cool. Very of the era. AQ art too, like with the design and everything of them, like the shape and everything is very of the era. The dragon heads look a little weird. I think if these had closer to red dragon heads on them, and the gold shading was like a little bit more early AQ, like Miltonius style gold shading, these things would be absolutely like S plus. But I think they're a little bit off. I definitely still think they deserve like very high A tiers, like probably up here in the A tier, like very, very good. Just, I don't know. I think they could be a little bit better. I hate this. I mean, I like the colors, but I hate that it's a recolor, and you know, it's not a very inspired recolor either. Like nothing's crazy happening with it. Not the biggest fan. Very high B on that one. I mean, if you're gonna do a recolor, I think some recolors actually do look better than the originals. Stand by that on some items. This one is not it, and I don't think it was worth doing that recolor even. I am on record with this being my favorite blade in all of Adventure Quest worlds. Now, if I had to say something bad about it, I do think this little pattern design here with the like light is a little off. It's, I don't know, it's a little off. But the fact you got like the glowing gem action, glowing Dage face plate design on the blade, the profile of it, the size of it, the shape, everything about it is just very, very clean. I love it. The fact that they understate the grip part where your character holds it to accentuate the rest. Anyway, it's very nice. And I'm going to glaze it even more because it's going above unarmed in S tier. unprecedented to be above unarmed. How is that even possible? Crypto Crusher, great, great art. This is, oh, this the skull on this looks so creepy. I love it. This is, yeah, it looks like it would really hurt to get hit by this. Like, it looks like it's got some injection thing in it where it's gonna want, like, it looks like a turbine. Like, it looks very purposely built to do some crushing. Yeah, it's not my favorite color scheme wise. Like this guy says, I wish I had a CC option. I definitely do agree, but still really nice. I don't really know what that is on there, but I like that it has like an extra handle on it too. So it kind of fits the design with a turbine as well, being more modern. Yeah, really cool. And you don't see people suggesting too many hammers, so that's definitely props there. I something about this, I think the color and all that's keeping it out of S, but I do think it's like a pretty, I think right about there in the A tier. Yeah, I like that spot for it. So yeah, it's really nice. This isn't just a normal sword, it's a sword for gamers. You can tell by the game nondescript game controller. Yes, so a very classic design, very gold. Member only map, one of the member features. I remember the first time I got membership in AQ Worlds, I ran my ass right to that map, got the Ethan armor, got this sword, got a bunch of other junk. So yeah, very nice. Probably made Artix Entertainment a bunch of money off membership, to be honest. Well, maybe the armor and the red hunting hood, but anyway. This is going to go in the A tier. I actually think it looks pretty similar to this other sword here. So right there next to the Infinity, is that the Infinity? Whatever that thing's called. So yeah, right about there in the A tier. These are more unique things you don't see too often. Twin blade of Gale Warrior. So these are, why do I just make a weird sound when I don't like something? But there's like a nondescript pattern of red on there, and then just random shapes. I made it making up the blade. And then there's a symbol cut into it as well. You can see it's see-through. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of working with the set you have here, but yeah. Even that, they're not really working that well. Something is still making me put these in the low B tier, though. So, there you go. This scythe is the next one. I like that it comes with this whole-ass pet attached to it. And then just to keep the pet in line, you got another dead bird on the actual weapon itself. Just that's probably why the raven could be out of its cage. Or actually, no, it looks like you're cooking the raven. Actually, like the raven. Okay, anyway, don't think too much about the concepts of this actual item. The color itself is it's CC, so pretty good looks wise for your item. I'm not huge on the talons, and all birds are evil, so this goes in the higher B tier, right around there. It's cool. It's a cool item. It's not crazy about it, but it's nice. This guy said it was a tough choice, and then he just showed two golden staffs. So this guy must be just swimming in good choices, to be honest, if these are the tough choices. Anyway, I go with this one because it actually has, a bit of something on it. And this staff here is probably like I don't think it's about to be in C tier, but it's nothing crazy. It's actually like, I don't, like around here, this area. It's just gold, just gold. It's got a little bit blue, but not really. This is Cyber Monday recolor of the Blade of Awe. Or one of the Blades of Awe. Anyway, the cool Blade of Awe, to be honest. This looks pretty sick. I'm a big fan of the black and light blue color scheme. Just, whew, the designs, the lines, everything looks very nice. It's a very good cyber recolor of a weapon. Easily like a mid S tier item, in my opinion, on that one. That one's really nice, and that's where we're gonna end this here. Hit subscribe. There'll be part 2 for this. It'll probably just only be 2 parts, but still, I scrolled down a little bit, and there's still quite a few good weapons, so throw those in the next one. So subscribe for that. It'll be up on the channel, turn notifications on and stuff, so you know when that's coming out. And yo, thanks to all the channel members. Channel members probably saw this video a little bit earlier. So yeah, get subscribed to the channel, become a member, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.